Hi-ya, you hear that? That's my nuts smacking on them Pirates' chins. Hi-ya, hi-ya. Balls
Brady,
deep,
shout out to him. This is the pitch whisperer day, guys. Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
money.
Let's get to the
money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in your ass screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty K of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-Prop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Guys already know what fucking day it is. It's the day God blessed us. Welcome to the Balking Dead. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. So if you haven't, there's still time. Go on over to fucking PrizePicks, use that promo code PubSports, and get in on this Sharpie train, guys. It's time to get to the money. Use that promo code PubSports over there at PrizePicks. Your first match deposit up to $100, they got you. It's not just that, guys. I know you can use that promo code with anybody. It's like saying thank you, Sharpie. I see it all the time. Hey, bro, you take a tip, you take this. Nah, I don't need tips, guys. I bet my own plays, and I put a healthy amount on it as well. But if you ever do want to say thank you, that's the way to do it. Go use that promo code, and if you have already, I appreciate you. I appreciate the chat, too. We 40 deep, and we just starting. We don't got 40 likes, though. That's the fucking problem. So smash the fucking like if you haven't. And let's get to the chat right quick. I see everybody up in here today. LJ from Houston, Nilo, fucking Mr. Rogers, my guy, Frankie, Hi Make. Dude, we got the crew is up in here today, guys. And why? Because we got 2 dirty Ks to talk about. And one we've been talking about for the last 3 fucking days on this show, guys. We've been talking about it. I'm just like, give me a 9.5. I'll take a 10.5. And what do they do? What do they do? They give me a 9.5. So let's talk about the 6 pitchers we're going to talk about today. If you missed yesterday's show, go back and check it out. There is a replay of out there on Pub Sports, and they will have the breakdown of Garrett Cole versus these Minnesota Twins. I told you guys yesterday I'm not going to re-break them down again today, but it is up there if you want to, and you missed it. But let's get into these games that are about to crack. I know you didn't hear me talk. You guys didn't show up to hear me talk crack. You hear me talk baseball. So let's get to my favorite fucking thing, guys, and that's fucking pitching props. So at the end of the day, guys, I love pitching more than I love my children. Yes, I said that. Why? Because it pays the fucking bills. My children don't pay the fucking bills. So at the end of the day, let's get to the monies, fellas, and talk about Spencer fucking Strider. Woo, boy. And he's out versus these Oakland A's. 9+ plus 106, and it moved to a plus 122. His 8+ has been stuck at a minus 182 all fucking day. And right before this show, it's still there. No big deal. He has 416 losses to that number 9+, so I get the plus money. And he averages 14.6 K per 9 at home, 12.6 on the road. Don't take too much into that, like, oh, that's a 2 strikeout difference. Take that into when he's at home. 12.6 is fucking immaculate. Even on the road, guys, take that to the bank. So just strictly by the numbers, he's averaging 9 strikeouts per 6 innings. Woo-wee! That's just the math, though. So let's get into lefty versus righty. And, of course, this fool smokes righties. 15.5K per nine. Why? Because he has that DeGoat-ish slider and the goat-ish fastball. At the end of the day, we've been preaching this guy on the show as a deGrom Part B before deGrom was even back in the league, guys. At the end of the day, I'm not going to say he's DeGoat, but if you were to pick a guy with the same two-type pitch mix as DeGoat, well, DeGoat does have a curveball and a changeup. He will use a lot more than Spencer Strider, but their main two pitches is 98 velocity with a nasty fucking slider. So this is DeGoat Jr. on this show. That's what we call him. Lineups are out, 5 right-handed, 4 left-handed, and like I said, he dominates the right-handed side, where even from the left-handed side, they're striking out at 11.6K per nine. This guy, is he not Rookie of the Year? Like, at the end of the day, if he's not, it's going to be another Brave, and that's that dude named Harris, guys. And shout out to Mills, guys. He put me on Harris. Yeah, I already knew about him, but he was preaching about him way before. As soon as he got the call up, like, start paying attention to this guy, this guy, this guy. And, hey, guess what? They paid that guy. So Mills knew something about his team right there. So shout out to Mills for that little info. And let's get into it, guys. It's not just strictly about his strikeouts, how dominant he's been. This guy has given up 1 earned run or less 10 of his last 12 fucking games, guys. At the end of the day, this guy has been a man-child, Quadzilla, Mustache Man, Mr. Strider, whatever you want to call him, just don't call him late for fucking dinner, guys, at the end of the day. And now he gets an Oakland A's team who's walking at a 6.8% clip, striking out at a 22.5% clip, and hitting with a 240, 678 OPS and an ISO of 130. So right around that league average on some of this shit, and a terrible walk percentage, guys. So at the end of the day, the math says yes, the numbers say no, and then Spencer Strider says, go fuck yourself. So if you're on Strider's over, I get it, guys. There's no way in hell would I ever bet an under. Do I think they finally are adjusting to Spencer Strider and putting him up a little higher than he should be? Yes, but that does not mean he shouldn't go out there and still hit it, guys. I'm into the theory of only betting layups right now, guys, and that's the way we've been doing it. I know nothing's guaranteed a lock in fucking sports, but that's the way I've been trying to look at it. If I ain't ready to put a full unit on it or more, then why the fuck am I betting it, guys? And that's been the best fucking thing to ever happen to me, because now it's like, let's lock in and go, guys. So at the end of the day, if it was in the numbers, I'd be smashing it, but the numbers don't tell me to play it, but he's also smashed it when the numbers have told him not to play it before. So this guy is a walking fucking strikeout machine. And it's not just that, like I said, he's not allowing him scoring either, guys. So that's maybe another way to go out there and back Spencer Strider is his earn runs. And yeah, big ballpark over here in Oakland, but it is hot as shit in Southern Cal. I'm not sure about Northern Cal. Then let's get into the other game that's going to crack off. And it is also a Southern Cal game, and it happens to be versus a team that's been fucking getting him this year. And let's talk about my guy, Clayton Kershaw. And opened up at a 6+ minus 141, and he's still right at the same right before the show. Prize Picks has him at a 6, and his fantasy score is at a 35.5. There is no last 6-8 because he is coming off the IL. And he pitched 74 pitches last week versus the Mets, so you can expect around 75 to 85 today from Clayton Kershaw as long as he can handle it. Now, this will be the 4th time he sees this team, and his home road K per 9 is drastically different. He averages 2 more strikeouts at home than he does on the road, and Clayton Kershaw is at home here, and he strikes out righties at a 9.6 K per 9 and left-handed batters at 1 an inning, 9 per 9. So 7 right-handed bats are in the lineup, 2 left-handed bats. The lineups are out because both these games do start within the next 40 minutes or so. So Clayton Kershaw, guys, at the end of the day, 4th time seeing this team. He hasn't made it to the 5th inning in the 3 times this year. And 2 of the times that he's faced them, he's came off the IL or he went to the IL. So I'm not really knowing what the fucking take of that at the end of the day. So was he hurt in that game? Do the Giants have his number? There's a lot of questions to where I think the Giants do have his number, guys. At the end of the day, he went up against them 6-11, 4 innings, 4 earned runs with 4 strikeouts, 724. He went up again 4.1, 4 earned with 6 strikeouts, and then again on the 4th of August, right before he went to the IL again, 4 innings, 1 earned run with 4 strikeouts. Now, the numbers said the strikeouts should have been there, and the guy only got 4 strikeouts and came out the game with some back spasms. So he didn't really finish that game, so I don't know what would have happened, but he didn't cash it that day. I do know that. And the only time he's cashed his K-prop versus the Giants this year are when the numbers say they're not going to hit and that he is going to get the crap kicked out of him. And that's the one time he did hit that, guys, and that was July 24th. He got 6 strikeouts while giving up 4 earned runs. These Giants right now, they are striking out at almost a 24% clip. They're walking at a 10.6 clip, higher than he's seen all year versus them, and a 241 average, 753 OPS, and an ISO of a 183 versus lefties. This is now the second biggest ISO that he's going to see versus them, and the time he did see that, he gave him a 4 earned runs then. So at the end of the day, there's just too much conflicts going on with Clayton Kershaw in this spot. Do I lean him over? Yes, but a lean ain't going to pay the fucking bills at the end of the day. Now, what is going to pay the bills? Shout out to the 46 Live. Shout out to you all. You should already know deGrom, like you see the guys in the chat. Dirty K of the day, first one, guys. 10 plus minus 115 is exactly where I got him. And like I said, give me that 9.5, motherfuckers. Just give me that 9.5. I would have paid for the juice, and I would have took a 10.5 at the end of the day. I think this guy's going to go out there and show you guys what the fuck the GOAT is. Now let's get to it. 10 plus at minus 115. We do not have no averages since he's only going to be coming off the IL now for 6 games. And one of those games, he only threw 59 pitches. So take that for a grain of salt when we do the math later on. Now we get into this guy's K per 9. We're going to take last year with this year. And this guy is just a walking 14 K per 9 versus home, road, lefty, righty. You call it what you want. That's what the motherfucking man averages against regular teams. The Pittsburgh Pirates are not a regular team, guys. Let's get into it, guys. The books were fucking scared to lay a number with deGrom, in my opinion. Like, it took them hours upon hours to put that line out there, and they are afraid, I think. And they should be very well afraid, and I don't think they could have put it up high enough to scare the fucking dog shit out of me. The problem is did they put it low enough to scare the dog shit out of me? And did I think I should have had a 10.5? Yes, but I get why they put a 9.5. If you look back at what he's done, he's only had, you count 5 games technically, we'll talk about that, but we're not going to count the 1 game versus Washington where he threw 59 pitches as a warm-up game. So let's get into it. I expect this to be a Kerry Wood type of game today. Now, if you don't know who Kerry Wood is, he is the guy who's pretty much, if you look up the greatest game ever pitched in baseball, they're going to say Kerry Wood pitched that game. It was a 20 strikeout no-hitter. Now, I could definitely see some crazy-ass shit like that, guys. I have deGrom, like, no lie, guys, from 12 to 18, depending on how long they leave him in there. And I know that sounds psychotically fucking stupid and blah, blah, blah. But let's get into it, guys. At the end of the day, like I said, 6 games off the IL. We're going to count 5 games where he's thrown 75 to 95 pitches. He's averaging 9.8 strikeouts a game. And now he gets these fucking type of numbers. A 6.4 walk percentage, a strikeout percentage of 27, a 217 average, and a 630 OPS. Oh, fuck you. Oh, goddamn, guys. Please gamble accordingly. I do not want to hear anybody that they made the type of bets that they lost their home. This is sports gambling at the end of the day. Do not put your family or you in jeopardy. But I am going to max bet Jacob deGrom today. And I'm going to fucking fuck the bookie in the eye hole. And I'm appreciative of this 10 plus. Now, like I said, please gamble accordingly. Now, the only time he's even seen these type of numbers this year, guys, or even close, were the Atlanta Braves, guys, the very first time when he threw 75 pitches and had 12 strikeouts, a 5.8 walk percentage and a strikeout percentage of 25.8. We are getting higher. And the Braves were fucking raking when he faced them. Pittsburgh's not raking when he's facing them. Everything tells me this guy should go out there and have a fucking game amongst games, guys. And that shouldn't be much to predict. It is the Pittsburgh Pirates, guys. These guys do freaking live underneath a bridge. They suck dick for milk money, and they're lactose intolerant. But what else do? They cash us our K-props, guys. So let's go on out there and get dirty on these bitches. Jacob deGrom is the first dirty K of the motherfucking day. And, yeah, let's get it. And now let's get into the last 3 bets. We're talking about the last 3 K-props of the day. And 2 of them would have been bets. One of them is a bet. One I had to stay off strictly because I don't bet more than 4 K-props a day, guys, and I had to find reasonings to stay off of 1, if not 2, if not 3. That's how many I fucking like today. So, so we'll talk about reasonings of me staying off some guys, and it's not strictly because I don't like them. I don't have the funds to bet that much, guys. I just told you I'm gonna go yop on the motherfucking deGrom one, and it's nice to have some extra play funds from that. So 22, we might have 22 strikeouts. Noli's calling the 22. Oh my God, if he gets 22 today, guys, you may not see me tomorrow, but you'll still see me. But let's get into the next 30K of the day, guys. I got 2 on this show, and let's talk about it. 6 plus at plus 112 is where I bet it, and it's pretty much stayed the same. Bailey fucking Falter, guys. My motherfucking dude. Versus the Marlins. 5 plus is at minus 228, and that's on Prize Picks. Go ahead and load your Prize Picks up with some Bailey Falter today, guys. And his fantasy score is at a 30.5. 5.6 strikeouts over his last 5 games. Now, I'm going to tell you that last 5 games because he came back off the minors. So once Wheeler. Once Wheeler got hurt, they brought Falter back up. So let's get into talking about a guy averaging 5.6 strikeouts over his last 5 games. And 4 wins, 4 losses to the number 6 plus. And I get everything in this number, nothing shady, and we get some plus money to keep that fucking juice down on the show bets, guys. At the end of the day, we've been keeping the juice real low on the show bets, and we're going to fucking rake on these people, and I'm going to hit at over a 70% clip in this month of September. I've been slow betting and slow playing, guys. I'm playing my guys in the spots that tell me to play them. And this is a day that tells me to play a couple guys. And I will listen to my book, and I will not listen to my head because my head says psychotic things at times. And that's between me and him. And if you don't talk to yourself, guys, then you may want to start talking to yourself because at the end of the day, geniuses speak to themselves. Let's get to it. Bailey Falter, guys. He's averaging 8.4 Ks at home, 8 strikeouts on the road, 9.5 versus lefties, and 8 strikeouts versus the right-handed side, and they're projecting 9 right-handed bats. All right, well, if you just strictly go by the math, you ain't looking at no Bailey Falter. That's why you can't just strictly pay attention to the numbers, guys. That's just the math. Now we get into the numbers. 6.6 walk percentage with a strikeout percentage of 29.7. 29.7. Oh, golly, man. That's almost near that dirty 30. Shout out to Trenta. I know you out there somewhere over the rainbow. But, yeah, we going to fuck him in the eye hole betting this guy. So that's what we're going to do over that rainbow. But at the end of the day, guys, if you just look by his math and the lineups, you probably wouldn't play this guy today. But if you watch The Balking Dead, you know about this guy because I've preached about this guy and I've told you what this guy has. And what this guy has that's different than the whole rest of the MLB is he strides to the plate 7.5-foot stride, where the average is 6.3. Every extra foot you stride to home plate is an extra 3 miles per hour put onto your pitch. So if the clock says 91, 92, it's really playing up to 94, 96, depending on. So add 3 point something because of how big his stretch is, guys, and it plays up to where these guys just the ball is on them so fucking quick. They don't know what to do. It takes them at least 2 or 3 times to even adapt to a Bailey Falter. And this guy's boozing usually 6-7 innings in those type of spots. Now, let's get into it. And it's more about, oh, this guy's got a great stretch and we're running him up versus these strikeout numbers. No, we're a little better than that around here, guys. We don't just look at that. Let's go a little deeper, like balls deep. So let's get to it. Mr. fucking Falter, guys. That's his name. Why? Because every time we fucking play him, he goes and cashes his tickets, guys. So let's get into it, guys. 8 games this year in the MLB. 4 of them were versus teams you don't run K-props versus the left-handed side. And he did quite well, guys. And what I mean by quite well is he kept his average where we needed it. And he still hit up anywhere from 4 to 6 strikeouts in those games. Now, he's had 2 layups this year. 8 strikeouts and 6 strikeouts in the other one. Cashed us both tickets. We played him on both the layups. And the 6 punch-outs, they actually pulled him at 74 pitches. But it was in the 7th inning, and they were going to their bullpen in a 2-run game. Still cashed, but he had way more left in the tank is what I'm getting at. So now those were layups. Now he's getting a slam dunk, guys. Those numbers compared to these numbers right here, this is the easiest spot for this man right here. Now, I would also go look at this guy's pitching outs, guys. At the end of the day, this is a team not hitting a $1.49 average, guys. A $1.49, like that's almost dollar store material right there, bro. At the end of the day, in California, you can't get shit for less than a $1.25 at the dollar store now, and then add tax. So we ride around that motherfucking $1.49, bro, as a team batting average, an OPS of 475. It's not just that they can't walk. It's not just that they're striking out. It's the fuck they can't hit either, guys. This is a spot that this took the other spot of the next guy strictly because I don't see no volatility in this spot right here, guys. This guy should go out there and smash and put his nuts on the table, guys. So thank God for getting to bet people's averages. We get to bet Bailey Falter's average today. Why? Because he's gone up against 4 stud teams, the Mets, the Cardinals, the Nationals, teams that do not strike out to lefties. That's kept his K-prop down. And him even being pulled at 74 pitches in that Pittsburgh game at 6, where he could have went the whole fucking 2 more innings and probably racked up some more, would have added on to our average, guys. At the end of the day, this is just a good spot to play a man's average versus a horrible team when he's shown us he can already fucking take care of bad teams. So let's go, Bailey Falter. You've done nothing but good things to us on this show. Shout out to the 60 live. Shout out to the 40 likes. We got 2 dirty Ks. You should already know. If you can, smash the like if you haven't. We will do a quick recap for the fellas at the end of the show today. And let's get into the guy that I had to say pass to. And it's not because I didn't like him. It's because I love these other spots, and I like this spot. So at the end of the day, I think this guy catches. He should cash. But there's some volatility in there that I had to say, okay, I'll let you go. But let's talk about Jordan fucking Montgomery, guys. He gets these Washington Nationals in St. Louis, 5+ -136, moved up to a -150. And I get the juice moving up, guys, at the end of the day. He's 6 wins, 4 losses to that number 5+ over the last 10. And I get the juice. That was implying the odds of that happening. So nothing shady in that line, in my opinion. So then we go over to his home road splits. I ain't going to do the math on that because he's been traded. Now, what is he doing lefty-righty? Well, he's 11.7 K per 9 versus the left-handed side and only 7.1 versus the right-handed side. And they are projected to load up 7 right-handed and 2 left-handed. Well, I'm going to tell you, don't pay too much attention to that right there because this man is a different guy. This man, since having Yadier Molina, has become the dude the Yankees thought he was. And no, he's even better than that because he has a fucking beast catcher calling him and someone who knows how to call a game. At the end of the day, Yadier Molina is one of the best fucking play callers in all of fucking baseball, and he's a fucking first ballot Hall of Famer. And I ain't even a Cardinals fan, guys. At the end of the day, you just got to put respect where it's due, and it's due with him, guys. I'm not saying he's the best hitting catcher. No, that'd be Will Smith. Oh, on the Doyers. But that's a different story for a different time. But let's get into Jordan Montgomery, guys. At the end of the day, he just missed the final cut, guys, just strictly because I don't bet 4 spots in a day. That's just not what I like to do. Shout out to my man Noli. I used to be a crazy-ass volume bettor at one time in my life. And then once I realized, or once my buddy told me straight up, hey, Sharp, you can't win 2 out of 3? I said, yeah, I can. He goes, you're profitable, you know that? And I'm like, ding! All right, well, bet more and fucking drop your bets down, dude. If you can't figure out which ones to fucking load up on, then, dude, pass. If it's fucking, okay, cool, let it go, guys. At the end of the day, bro, just try to hit 2 out of 3 with some great information that was passed on to me that I'm going to give to you. Take it for what it's worth. So let's get into it. At the end of the day, I just preached to you guys with Molina, what he's been doing. Well, let's just look at his pre and post All-Star. Pre-All-Star, 3.26 ERA. Post-All-Star, 2.92. Still good, right? It's the strikeouts that have gotten better. And that's why I'm going to say don't pay too much attention to that left-handed, right-handed number because the Cubs ran out an all right-handed team the first time he went up against him, and he still hit his K-prop. So he's averaging a strikeout per inning, 9 per 9 with Yadier Molina, well, only averaging 7.1 K per 9 with the Yankees. So a 2 strikeout per 9 difference with Yadier Molina calling the game, guys. At the end of the day, this guy knows how to call a game, and he's just getting to know this guy. And I expect Jordan Montgomery and his rapport to get better and better, guys. So expect this guy to keep pushing, and he's going up against a team right now that by the numbers says play him. Walking at a 5.8%, striking out 5.6%, but they are hitting the ball, guys, with a 250 average, 706 OPS, and an ISO of 150. And that was the volatility that kept me off at the end of it, guys. At the end of the day, the Pittsburgh Pirates aren't fucking hitting, and they're striking out. And the Miami Marlins aren't hitting and they're striking out. And I've already cashed on Bassett versus those same Pittsburgh guys. So at the end of the day, I'm going to go out there and I'm trying to take layups, guys. I'm not trying to run into any type of volatility whatsoever. And that's going to be what kept me off of him, period. And do I think he should hit it? Yes. But I just didn't bet it right here. I found 3 other spots better today to bet. So on to the last guy, where this guy almost made the cut too. And it's a weird one, guys. But you guys know how much I love Hugh Darvish on this show. And you know how much I hate the fucking Padres. But once again, you got to give credit where credit's due, guys. And this guy's been a fucking stud. And he's been a beast at the end of the day. Over his last 8, he's averaging 7.75 strikeouts. Over his last 6, he's averaging 7. Is it a trap they put it at 7+ plus 114? No, it's not, guys. It is not a trap that they drop his strikeouts versus the Padres team. We've seen that last night versus fucking Merrill Kelly. Shout out to LJ. Good cash, sweaty cash. Fucking took about 7 innings, but still cashed at the end of the day. But I've got to learn. And to me, it's just good to stay off of games like that 9-1. If anything to me tells me it's like, just let it go and go to the next. And it's been really good this September to do that. I'm glad you cashed. And yeah, let's get the cash and more overs and let's talk about Hugh Darvish. But them dropping their average isn't a big deal to me. He has 6 wins, 4 losses to 7+ over his last 10. Prize Picks has him at a 6+ minus 189. And that to me seems like a dead ass lock. 9 wins, 1 losses to 6+ over his last fucking 10 games. And that's why it's at a minus 190. They just don't want you to bet it. So I get it. And fantasy scores at a 41.5. This guy does average the same strikeouts home road, pretty much a strikeout per inning. And lefty versus righty is pretty much dead ass the same too. It's right around 10.1, guys, at the end of the day. This guy's fucking a walking machine. Doesn't matter how you load the lineup. What does matter how you load the lineup is that batting order, is that batting average. And I haven't bet it yet, but I'm going to be looking into Darvish's pitching outs today, or not as earned runs. He is going up against a team now for the 4th time. And the first time was the very first game of the year. He no-hit them through 7 or 6. And then the second time, 6-20, June 20th, 7-inning, 1 earned run with 5 strikeouts. And then 7 innings, 3 earned runs with 9 strikeouts back on July 15th. Now, when I run these numbers up versus all those other numbers, once again, there's no numbers from the first week. I get that. But at the end of the day, when I run them up versus these numbers, this is going to be the hottest hitting team he will see. They are hitting 281 with an 825 OPS and an ISO of 190. The volatility is fucking there. And the last time the volatility was there, he went 7 innings, 3 earned runs with 9 strikeouts. He's never gone up versus this team with a high strikeout rate. Nothing. So he's always fucking going up versus Arizona. And Arizona is one of those teams where we preach. They're just not one of those teams that strike out all the time. Well, I'm going to tell you today, I think Darvish hits his K-prop as well, guys. And it's not in the numbers. No, it's in the math and him going innings, guys. And if he can go 6 innings, 7 innings, he should average no more than at least a strikeout per inning, if not 1 more than the strikeout per inning. And I've got this guy going 7+ innings tonight if they put out the lineup they're putting out. And that's 7 left-handed and 2 right-handed. And that's strictly because lefties are hitting a $188 off this fool, while righties are hitting 238. If you're going to load up a bunch of left-handed bats that just fucking can't hit the guy, why am I going to just trip out on a K-prop, guys? At the end of the day, I would suggest if you want his K-prop, run a strikeout prop with his pitching outs, half-unit bet, strictly to cover your ass. If this dude goes 9 innings and doesn't get your strikeouts, you're going to be fucking pissed. But that's Arizona are one of those teams that can make a lot of fucking shitty weed contact and ruin your K-pop. So at the end of the day, I'm going to stay off of it, but I've got 2 other spots that we love. Shout out to the chat, guys. 65 here, 44 likes. Smash the like if you fucking haven't. You guys are, without you, there ain't me. I'm going to hit a quick commercial, a quick recap for those who coming in late, and let's get to the fucking EPL money afterwards, baby.
We got a new little skit commercial too, boys. All the new, well, some of the shows that I produce. Thank you, T, for making it for me.
Let's go, Welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of EPL on Pub.
Class is in session, hitting the books on Pub Sports.
This is another exciting edition of the main event on Talking Ant.
Bam! Let's fucking go, guys. If you haven't already, go on over to Manscaped. Use that promo code PUBSPORTS. Why? Because you get that free shipping when you order that lawnmower 4.0 with that promo code, guys. At the end of the day, hedge your balls, not your bets. Nobody likes a wizard sleeve. See how much you start taking care of yourself, how much more your lady starts to take care of you. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to floss on your floss. So go on over to Manscaped. Use that fucking lawnmower 4.0. Tell them Sharpie sent you. And, yeah, I don't think Sharpie sent you is going to do you a goddamn thing. But what will do you a goddamn thing is the 2 Dirty Ks we bet, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. I appreciate you all for showing up. But like I said, I've been preaching it for days. Give me a 9.5. I'll take a 10.5. They gave me a 9.5 on Jacob DeGrom. Yes, I said DeGrom. If you do not watch this show enough, you just don't fucking know me. At the end of the day, DeGrom 10 plus minus 115 is a Dirty K. And the second Dirty K is Bailey Falter of the Philadelphia Phillies, guys. If you want the breakdowns for both of those two guys, they are back-to-back on the show. Just find DeGrom and then hum it right through to Bailey Falter. 6 plus is at plus 112. And good old Bailey is going to make it a nice 2-0 day for us today, guys, for the show. So we sweeping the card. We're staying hot. And we're going to stay undefeated, bro, at the end of the day. I ain't lost in September. So nuts on the table until tomorrow. Once again, gamble fucking accordingly, please.